Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? How you doing? You know who this is, the real one, always 100. Gabriel Skywalker from the DFS Club, coming to you guys with the NHL early and main slate video because that's how we get down. So if you're new, welcome. Hopefully you'll join us for some NHL during this NBA All-Star break because you know what? We had another takedown this morning. Another takedown. I dropped the lineup and we all took it down. It is a beautiful thing. Not missing NBA at all. I must say, I'm not. So if you're new to the video, welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon for when I go live, guys. I'm almost at 3,000 subscribers. So if you can help me get there, I would really appreciate it. And I'll keep working hard for you guys. All right. So with that said, let's get into the winners. So this was the morning takedown. Drop this lineup. Well, it was actually the afternoon slate. Um, First place, $300 for Big Rob. I did it in the most large tournament you can get. It came in ninth out of like what? Here's Schroeder Skywalker too. So you see my new setup. I got my new chair for my birthday. Check that out. Check it. Check it. So I put it in a larger tournament, but got a 140.80. So yes, yes, yes. No sleep. Took it down. First place in his contest, $60. Johnny Cash, takedown. ZWLZ says membership already paid for itself. Yep, this was the same lineup, guys. Came in fifth in that contest. Big Rob again, the takedown. And shout out to Black Thor, man. This is my dude right here. He says, shout out to Skywalker, using my Thor hammer and crushing NHL. No problem, my man. No problem. So, and then it went final. That's a 25-cent contest, right? $2. And then let's go to the main slate. So main slate, DraftKings cashed, MMA cashed, because we play every single sport, everything. And both of the FanDuel lineups I dropped cash, 2 for 2. So pretty damn good day, guys. This is what we do at the DFS Club. That's why I keep telling you guys about it. Come join us for the weekends because we play everything. Everything. You want to come up here, Schroeder, again? All right, Schroeder wants to stay up here now. He's getting used to the new setup. So, guys, www.dfsclub.com. That's how you join the family. 4 providers in one. We got pick management. We got DFS space. We got myself, Skywalker DFS. We got the DFS Whispers, and we got Schroeder Skywalker. For you guys get every single sport for one price. Every sport: NBA, NFL, MLB, PGA, NHL, tennis, NASCAR, soccer, esports, MMA, WNBA, college sports, EuroLeague basketball, guys, XFL. We cover it all. Click the join now button and make sure you click on my logo, Skywalker DFS. And check this out, guys. I hope you're sitting down. I'll put it to you mildly. These are the prices for every single sport, not one season, but everything year round, guys. We got $25 a month. We got the silver plan for 6 months. You save money, and then we got the full year where you pretty much get 6 months for free. So what's up, dude? You're awful lovey-dovey tonight. And then we got the 3-day passes, guys. So shop around, do what you must, but you're not going to find a deal like this, guys. We're not doing this to get rich. We're just making a great DFS community, teaching everyone how to be a better DFS player. You get a bankroll management system, guys, that we teach that is the most important thing, I think, in DFS. Yeah, Schroeder, stay awake with me. If there's a fantasy site out there, we cover it, guys. We got the cheat sheets because if you can't win, cheat. These cheat sheets are worth the price of admission alone. Members only podcast, 24/7 tips and advice by the DFS Club. We help you build the best lineups, with the cheat sheets, the advice. Everybody's, talking about where we're going to go. It's a beautiful thing. Pre-lock insight, which is all the news that comes in. Thank you. Um, and the members only Slack chat. And for every single plan here, you get all access to everything. So check us out, guys. www.dfsclub.com. Come win with us, man. It's never fun winning alone, right? So we're not missing the NBA at all right now. We're just killing it in NHL, guys. MMA. We got NASCAR going tomorrow. It should be another fun day. XFL. So yeah, guys, let's get it. So, as DFS Space would say, let's go to Draft Dashboard, the best optimizer on the planet. We're gonna break this two slates down: the morning slate and the main slate. So I'm gonna click on NHL here, guys. And injuries, I mean, pretty much they're not like it's not like NBA where you got to keep a lookout for them. They're few and far between. Um, Draft Dashboard, $1 for 30 days. Click on the link in the description below, and you yourself can have Draft Dashboard, the best optimizer on the planet. You get access to all my saved lineups, all my player pools, guys, for every sport, and you get the cheat sheets here also. All right, $1 for 30 days. Click on the link in the description below. All right, so let's get into it. We're gonna go to the position optimizer. Let's see. It's Draft Dashboard is updating right now. So I might, yeah. So let's go to my watch players. So we're just going to be all over the place. Never fails. Damn it. So this is kind of going to be like all over the place as far as like the slates. So just write these names down, take some notes, do whatever you got to do because it is 2:18 in the morning and I didn't want to wait till 3 a.m. because I wanted to go to bed. So here we go. Off the tops, we got Patrick Lane at winger for 8K. And a great matchup against Chicago. Chicago gives up a lot of goals, as if you already didn't know. Lane, 14, 16, 38 in his last three. Projected at 11.6. Now, Kyle Connor right below him, his teammate, is projected at 13.6, and he's a little bit cheaper. But I do like a Winnipeg stat tomorrow, guys. Kyle Connor, 7-6, 22, 38, 30 in his last three. You want to talk about a hot streak, and he is not cooling off. Projected to get 13.6. Both these Winnipeg guys, get them in there, guys. Chicago just gives up a butt ton of goals, especially to wingers, guys. Next up, we got Nick Menino. So last game he went out there and did nothing, right? He got us, 3 fantasy points, something like that. I think this is a great bounce back spot here against St. Louis because as it is, Nashville's already scoring 8 freaking goals a game. They're just that's what they do, man. They're just streaky like that. He's only 4-1, 12, 11, 13 before today. So a good bounce back spot here. I kind of like Menino. He's always low owned. Not that many people know about him. And again, he had a hat trick the other day. So keep your eye out for Menino. Next up, center position. Also, I got Andrew Robocop. He made the list again. And you know why? Again, Chicago gives up a lot of goals. They give up the most goals to centers in the league. The most. So Andrew Robocop at 3.9 value. Are you kidding me? Sign me up. Get me in. And guys, have my picks been on fire or what? If you guys been watching my videos, you should have no problem cashing, guys. No problem. But I'm here to help. It's all good. 11, 29, and 7 in his last three. Again, Chicago worst in the league against centers. Get them in there. Next up, for more value, you got Boone Jenner, Columbus Blue Jackets against the New Jersey Devils. I think this one might be a sneaky, high-scoring game too, because they're both not so much Columbus lately, but they have that potential to just get a ton of goals. They have tons of talent. They're just banged up. Same with New Jersey, but Boone Jenner's only 4.9. You get a cheap center here, so if you want to pay up for some wingers, 13, 12, and 4 in his last three, projected at 6.3 fantasy points. New Jersey gives up the 28th. They're ranked 28th, all right, against centers. Get them in there. Boone Jenner at 4.9 for some value. Next up, going back to Nashville at winger, we got Mikael Granlund. He's only 4.4. I love that. 6, 14, and 5 in his last three. Projected at 6 fantasy points. He gets the minutes, right? First liner. So I don't know, guys. I think it's a great matchup. Again, another high scoring. Them and St. Louis both are scoring like 8 goals a game. Both of them. So should be interesting, guys. Next up, we got Ryan O'Reilly, St. Louis Blues. Opposite end of the ice, Nashville gives up the 27th most goals to centers, guys. He's only 5'4", 13, 3, and 10, so he's been on a little bit of a tear. He's gotten double-digit fantasy points 4 out of his last 5 games. So I do like Ryan O'Reilly, get part of the St. Louis action at 5'4". Again, projected to get 8.5. Schroeder doesn't know what to do with himself here with this new setup, so I gotta keep picking him up, putting them on my lap. There we go, because we're not sitting on the couch. I got my beautiful new chair, so we'll get used to it. Next up, same game, same team. Vince Dunn again makes the list, guys. He's only 3'6", and that's just highway robbery. Defenseman, 13, 11, 25 in his last 3. Double-digit fantasy points, guys. This is your man right here. Again, against Nashville, if you stack both sides of this game, I would not blame you at all. Projected to get 5.1. Get him in there. Next up, we got Andy Green for value, guys. His price isn't up yet, but I believe he's like bare minimal. Look at this. 14, 10, and 16 in his last 3 games. For bare minimal, and he's going to be like, what, 0.1% owned? 14, 10, 16 in his last 3. Get him in there. Sneaky play right here. Sneaky. Andy Green, guys. Get him in. Next up, Blake Wheeler, Winnipeg, center. Another one. I don't know what to tell you. 6K, worth every penny. 20, 21, 16 in his last 3 games. Second liner, second line center. I think he should be on the first line personally, but that's just me. 20, again, Chicago, 28th in the league against centers, guys. Get him in that. Next up, I guess we can do Mark Scheifele again. I don't know. I'd probably go Blake Wheeler. If I had to pick one, I would take the savings with Wheeler. He's just more consistent. Scheifele's just been all over the place, but he's in a great spot. He's the first line center, so you got to take that in consideration. He is projected to get 9 fantasy points, a little bit less than Blake Wheeler, or you can do both, guys. I mean, if you can find the salary, these low salary guys, that's the key to winning an NHL DFS. You got to find the value that actually pays off. So get them in there, guys. Mark Scheifele at 7K. Next up, Jake Muzzin, Toronto Maple Leafs, guys. He had a great game today. That's just what he does. They didn't update it yet, but it was crazy. I think he pretty much broke the slate. 13, 3, 6, 25. Another 4K player, guys. Get yourself some Jake Muzzin in. And hold on one second. Let me see if it updated. All right, so it looks like it's not going to update for another 45 minutes. So just like I said, just take notes. Take these players' names down, all right? I'll try and do my best. So we left off of Jake Muzzin. Next up is Jack Eichel. Now, he is expensive, right? He's one of the top pay-up spots on this slate for Buffalo. 32, 12, 13 in his last 3. I ain't got, well, maybe I do because a lot of you are new to NHL DFS. He's one of the top players in the game, guys. Do I see myself paying up for him? I don't know. We'll see. I still got to think about it because that right below him we got Austin Matthews, right? Probably easily one of the top 5 players in the NHL. Had another goal today. I believe a goal and 2 assists. This guy's just a monster, especially right now. Toronto's just on a streak. They're playing out of their minds. Toronto's always like one of those teams you can rely on getting a lot of goals. Austin Matthews, again, a premium player at a premium price. But I don't know, guys. Out of the 2, I'd probably go Matthews. He'll probably be lower owned, too. Next up, we got Kyle Palmieri, from New Jersey. 12, 10, 20 in his last 3, guys. He's another one. If New Jersey scores goals, he's getting them. Look at his last 5. 12, 10, 23, and a 23. I believe he's 5K. I'll have to double check. I know he's either 5K or cheaper, guys. Get Kyle Palmieri in there. Next up, we got Joe Pesci's son again, Brett Pesci. He made the list. He broke the slate today, guys. Carolina, again, what can I say? They're scoring a butt ton of goals. Pesci led the pack today. God bless him. He's only 3'6", 15, 7, 10 in his last 3, not including today. Schroeder, stop. I have some tools here laying around I just put this chair together. So, cats, I got to play with every damn thing. But Brett Pesce at 6'6", especially for salary relief, guys. Defenseman, get him in there, guys, at 3'6". Next up, do you want to pay out for Oscar Klefbom? I mean, Edmonton, too. Edmonton, Carolina. Lots of goals here to be had. Lots of goals. But the beauty thing about Edmonton is it's going to be Nugent, Hopkins, and it's going to be Klefbom, right? Everybody else is fucking hurt. I'm sorry, Borkstrand and Zach Werenski. But we'll get to them. But right now, I got Klefbom at 6K. If you want to pay up at defense, he'll get you there, guys. 6, 8, 30, 6, and 11. So not the most consistent. I don't know if I'll pay up 6K for him, but definitely worth consideration. Next up, Oliver Borkstrand. He made the last video, and you know what he did? He got a goal. I can see that continuing because that's just what he does. If Columbus scores goals, he's always the top of the list. Last time he played New Jersey, he got 28 fantasy points, and that really stood out to me. 10, 7, 15, 5, 5 in his last 5, guys. Borkstrand, he's always a higher owned player, too, because he's always in that 5, 6K range. So get him in there. Next up, we got Mattias Ekholm here for Nashville. We're definitely for some salary relief, guys. 13, 10, 10. That's double digits in his last 4 games. Before that, he got a 24. So if you want to save some salary for Nashville, get Mattias Ekholm in there and just move on. I really think I'm going to do that. Next up, Colton makes the video again for St. Louis. 15, 24, 17. Cheap. I believe he's 3.9. I'll have to double check on that. Draft dashboard. We got to get on the same time frame. You know what I'm saying? I went out to Benihana tonight for my birthday dinner, so that's why I'm doing the video so late. So I do apologize, but hey, as soon as I came home, here I am. 15, 24, 17, 18 in his last 4 games. Last time against Nashville, he got 12 fantasy points. Get Colton in there, guys, and stop playing. I know I say that a lot, right? Stop playing. Next up, we got the Goose. Not the geese, but the Goose. Nikita Gusev from New Jersey. Again, 4K player. He was like 3.8, 3.7, and he started going off, so they had no choice. They had to jack his price up. 16 and 15 in his last 2. He's either hit or miss. Gusev's either going to get you there or he's going to dud. So be wary of that. But definitely worth consideration for the New Jersey Devils. Next up, we got Neal Cm Punk. You guys saw what he did last slate, right? He's about, 4.5, 5K. 11, 8, 35 in his last 3 games. Gets all the ice time in the world. 3 games ago, he got 35 fantasy points. That was beautiful. So CM Punk, he's always low owned, so definitely worth some consideration. Get him in there. Next up, Tyson Barrie, defenseman for Toronto. He's their main dude now since the injuries, man. Tyson Barrie, he's taking those slap shots from the blue line, and it's just a beautiful thing. I wouldn't want to be in front of it. But 11, 6, 16 in his last 3. I believe it was about 6K, 5.5 or 6K. 11, 6, 16, 9, and a 16. So he gets the shots, he gets the blocks, he gets goals, assists, you name it, he gets it. Get Tyson Barrie in there, guys, and move on. Next up, we got Zachary Sanford and Son from St. Louis. Last game, he got 53 fantasy points. 2, a 3, and then a 23 and an 11. Guys, it's time to take Sanford and Son very serious now because he's just playing out of his mind. I can't see his price, but I think it's like 4 to 4.5K. I'm just going off my memory here, guys. So don't forget about Sanford and Son for St. Louis. Next up, Craig Smith coming off, his hat trick, right? He makes the video again because he's cheap. 36, 12, 13, double-digit fantasy points. So he's not getting hat tricks. He's at least getting double-digit fantasy points. And that's what you want, especially out of these value guys. It's almost like a must. So Craig Smith for Nashville, get him in there. Next up for defense for Edmonton, You got Daniel Nurse, another guy here who takes slap shots, and they're just so freaking powerful, man. Not one of the hardest slap shotters in the league. 4'6", not bad. He had a couple good shots today. 7-6, 14 in his last three, 20, and then a 9. Last time against Carolina, he got 15 fantasy points. Daniel Nurse is always in play for me, right? Because those slap shots are going to go in. Or somebody's going to tip one of them in. He at least gets the assist, guys. Get him in there. Next up, defenseman for Boston. You got Charlie Mccovey. Had a great, he broke the slate today. Was it today or yesterday? Sorry. I forget what day it is sometimes. What are you going to do? He's only 4-4. He's always cheap. He gets ton of ice time minutes. All of them injuries in Boston, especially at defensive position. Charlie Mccovey, you got to get him in there at 4-4. He'll get you there. Definitely. Then we got Dennis Garinoff shit. They took his price tag down. But bare min, guys. 13, 2, 12 in his last three games. Plays second, third line, right? But that's okay. He doesn't need all that ice time, apparently. 13, 2, 12, 10, 3 fantasy points in his last 5 games. Don't forget, for Dallas, Dennis Gurianov, guys. All right? Don't forget him. Next up, the top defenseman for the New York Rangers, Jacob Trouba at 4.9. Now we're getting Trouba now under 5K, which that's more like it. It's actually too cheap, guys, to be honest with you. The Rangers' top defenseman, 15, 11, 13 in his last 3 games. Double digits all day long, guys. Get Trouba in there for the New York Rangers at 4.9 while he's under 5K. Next up, Alexander Elder for Vancouver. This game, I think, will be low scoring. I mean, neither of these two teams, Vancouver or Anaheim, score a lot of goals. But you never know, right? You never fucking know. It could happen. But Elder, top defenseman for Vancouver at 5.4. So you're getting a top defenseman, first liner, 14, 15 in his last 2 games at 5.4, guys. Get him in there. That's good value. Next up, Yamamoto. That's right, from Edmonton. I called it, and he damn near broke the slate, too. He's still only 4.7. Again, coming off a fantastic game. Before that, 24-10, 8-2. Yamamoto, you guys better look out for this kid. With the Edmonton Oilers, winger at 4.7. Get him in there, guys. It's a great play. Next up, bare minimal here, 2.8. We got Martin Nicus, 17, 14 in his last 2. Third liner, right? Sometimes he'll get some power play time. 3, 12, and a 2 before that. So these value guys, these 2.8 guys, these are the ones you got to get right. Because when you do, it's over. It's over. Because you got all these other studs in there. At 2.8, all he needs to, if he gets double-digit fantasy points, you're sitting very pretty. All right. Carolina, too. They just score a shit ton. Next up, from the New York Rangers, this kid's coming out of nowhere. Pavel Buchnevich, 4.5. He's still way too cheap. Way too cheap. Do not forget about him. 19, 19, 16 fantasy points in his last 2 games. He's like, hey, I belong here. I belong on that first line. Hold my beer. All right. Get him in there at 4.5, guys. New York is just bound to just explode with goals because it's been a while. They don't score a lot of goals lately. So they're due. If they're going to score a lot, it's going to go through Pavel, too. Next up, we got Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Sound like something in a goddamn candy bar, guys. I know. He had another outstanding 20-plus point fantasy point game today. 6.6, way too cheap. This guy could easily be 7, 8K, and I'd probably still pay it. 20-something fantasy points and 11, 25, and 15 his last 4. The top option in Edmonton, guys, left winger. He's projected to get 10.1 fantasy points. Don't forget about the Nugent, all right? Sound like that number. Sound like that annoying piece of candy in your freaking, what is it, Three Musketeers? I don't know. Next up, we got Troy Terry at bare minimal. 17 fantasy points in his last 2 games. Third liner, right? But that's okay. He's another one of them. He'll come out of nowhere on a power play and get you a goal and an assist. That's what he does. Winger, Just Terry's just, a dart throw. Anaheim player. Anaheim's not too exciting, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So far, I've been nailing it with these value guys. Next up, Brendan Sutter, 3-5. He's having himself some games here. 23 and 15 in his last two. Last time he faced Anaheim, he had 16 fantasy points. He's only 3.5K. Sign me up. Projected to get 5.6. Don't forget about these Sutters, man. They've been like playing hockey for Jesus Christ, like 4 or 5 generations or something like that. Anybody with Sutter in their last name, you already know they're going to be good. For those that don't know anything about hockey, they're like a family dynasty. All right. Anaheim is ranked 22nd in the league against defensemen. Get him in there. Right wingers. All right. They give the 22nd most goals to him. So definitely get some Sutter at 3-5. Next up, a premium guy, priced down to 5-5 for Carolina. Tuevo Teravian. I know that's not how you say it. All right. I just love triggering people. I love it. He's only 5'5". I get it. He hasn't been having the greatest of games, but I know his upside. His upside is, a hat trick and just a monster game. Lately for Carolina, it seems like the bare minimal guys have been getting all the love, but he's due for a breakout game. At 5'5", I thought I'd mention him because he's just so damn cheap. Next up for Vancouver, we got JT Miller. So this guy here at 5'6", what he does is he just posts up right in front of the goalie and waits for rebounds, or he tips shots in, right? That's exactly how I play. So I love watching this guy play. Depending how old you are, he plays just like Dino Ciccarelli used to for the Detroit Red Wings. Just posts up right in front of the goalie, just enough to piss him off, and gets under his skin and gets all them tip-in goals, right? He's only 5'6". I love playing this guy for Vancouver. 8, 17, 2, 10 in his last 4. And a great matchup. He might be the slate breaker here at 5'6". Don't forget about JT Miller. Next up for Columbus, you got defenseman. One of the best defensemen in the league is Zach Werenski. He's due. I'll just put you that way. He's like the fault line. It's about to erupt. Zach Werenski is definitely due, guys. Obviously, Columbus's top option at defense. Look at he's done a 2 and a 7 in his last 2 games. Not so good. I know his ceiling, right? He can get you 20 to 30 to 40 fantasy points on any given night, and I wouldn't be surprised. So get Werenski in there. He is priced up, though. I believe he's like 6K. Next up, Andrei Sachavinkov makes it again, guys, at 6K. He had a great game again, 15-10. A lot of these teams are on back-to-back games, I've noticed. 15, 10, and 36 fantasy points in his last 3. I don't know how he's not on the first line. I really don't. But, second liner. 15, 10, 36, 6, and 12. So double-digit fantasy points, 4 out of his last 5 games. Get yourself some Andre and move on. All right, so many Carolina players, I know. Next up, the Plastic Man, probably the best, I'll say the best winger, all right, in the NHL right now. David Pastrnak. I call him the Plastic Man. 8'5", worth every penny. He'll get a hat trick in the first period. That's what he's been doing this year. It's been crazy. Forget about Marchand. Forget about all those other guys. The heart and soul of Boston is through David Pastrnak, guys. Worth every penny at 8'5". Get him in there. Last game he got 45 fantasy points. Just a typical day at the office for him. Next up, another premium defenseman for St. Louis is Alex Pritchardino. 14, 6, 11. He's like Brett Burns. He'll get double digits pretty much every single game. And if St. Louis keeps scoring like they're doing, he's due to have his breakout game. So I do like that. Get yourself some Alex Pietrangelo. God, I cracked myself up. Get him in there, guys. Next up, we got the champagne. Leon Draisaitl. Sound like a goddamn old champagne bottle. He's 8-1, but he's worth it. You pair him up with I don't know, the Nugent, and you got yourself a good lineup. 7, 33, 29. I believe he had a goal and an assist. He had like a 20-point fantasy day today. Projected to get 14.6, one of the highest projections of the day at 8-1. This game right here, I'm just loving. Edmonton and Carolina, guys. Next up, you want some more New York Rangers action? You got Mike Zindabad at 7-4. He's, again, a stud, a premium player. You're going to have to pay up for him, but not the most consistent. He's one of those players that just enough to piss you off, right? You'll roster him, and then he'll go out there and get you 4 or 7. But when he's on, he's on. 7, 21, 17, 4, and a 24. So he had that down game. So he's going to get that 20-point fantasy game today. You heard it here first, guys. Get him in there at 7-4. Zindabad. Mika. Next up, Bo Harvard. I guess at 6'2". I think that's way too much for the guy who's so inconsistent. But, I mean, Brock Bosner, I believe, is out due to injury. So, I mean, who else is going to score in Vancouver besides JT Miller? Bo Harvard for center, guys. I think he's in a great spot. He's going to get a lot more shots, especially with no Brock Bosner. Last I heard, he was out. So 16-3, 18 in his last 3 games. He'll be low owned because no one wants to pay that price for him, but they don't get it with the injuries. So Bo Harvard. Last but not least, Sebastian Aho. I know he went out there and fucked the dog last game. He got us 8 fantasy points. Right? 6'9", but he's better than that. I was very surprised. Look at this. 8. Before that 8, he had 26, 31, 15, and 15 fantasy points. That's just what he does. So I'm glad he got that bad game out of the way. So now we can feast while he's 6'9" at center, guys. So that's going to do it for the video, guys. And so these are morning and main slate picks. Like I said, Draft Dashboard is updating right now, so it kind of throws a monkey wrench in the whole goddamn thing, but it is what it is, right? So take notes, guys. Write these names down. Do what you got to do. I'm sorry they're not in order between the morning and the main slate, but I did the best I could. Like I said, I can't stay up till 4 in the morning, so that's it, guys. Remember, www.dfsclub.com. Come join the family. Come join the Takedown family. We've had 2 this week, 2 in the NHL. Just me personally. All right. I don't know what to say, guys. You gotta come join the family. It's way too cheap, and we have way too much fun. We have the best community out there, and it's not even close. So I owe you guys a free lineup, right? I can't do it now because Draft Dashboard is updating. So follow me on Twitter. I'll keep my Twitter in the link below. And I'll tell you what, I'll drop you guys a core 5 tomorrow on Twitter. So make sure you follow me on Twitter to get that. All right? Deal? All right, cool. All right, guys. I'm going to get up out of here. Had a great night with the family at Benihana's. So God bless you guys. God bless the DFS club. God bless your families. God bless your pets. And let's get this bread. We don't take shit from nobody, especially that stupid ass security guard tonight who tried to tell me something, and then I told him something, and I told him to get out of the truck, and he drove off like a little bitch he is. So fucking motherfucker. Anyways, that's my rant, so I got it out, guys. I love you. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow.